Hi friends, my name is Courtney and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I really never thought I would say that, but here we are. I figured the best way to kick things off is to tell you a little bit about me and why I decided to start this channel. So I don't want to waste any of your time. Let's just get into it. So as I said, my name is Courtney. I am 26 years old and I'm from the St. Louis, Missouri area. I like dogs, hair metal bands, and long walks on the beach. Actually, I hate sand, so that's not true, and that's not the point of this. This is not a dating profile video. I love to sing. It's my favorite thing in the whole world, and that's what this whole channel is going to be about. I have loved to sing since I was a little girl. Literally, I remember the only time that I ever got in trouble when I was a kid is because I would sing in class constantly. My classmates were annoyed by it for some reason. I actually began lessons in classical training in vocals when I was in 6th grade because my parents were so supportive and knew that I loved to sing so much. It was really the only thing that I felt I was good at, and so I kind of clung to it when I got through middle school and into high school. So even though I'm decently smart and I got good, not great, grades, I never really knew what I wanted to do when I grew up. The only dreams that I had were to be famous and to be like a singer-songwriter or to be on Broadway, like nothing realistic, right? Like I have no idea what I was going to do when I was in high school. There was no subject in school or career that I was like, that's it, that's what I'm doing. It was all just, I just want to sing, you know? My life revolved around choir, show choir, plays, and musicals, and that's all I did. And school was just the vessel by which I got to do those things. I cared about my grades, but they didn't make me happy, right? I should also add that in high school, I was not one of the golden students. I never got leads in musicals or plays, even though I was like the last one called back. I was never like a featured dancer or singer in show choir, which was my life, and I practiced so much at every single rehearsal. I tried so hard. I never got that. And worst of all, I didn't even make the top choir in my high school until my senior year, which I still think about every day, but it's totally fine. We're dealing with it in therapy. So even though I had all of this passion and work ethic behind my singing and performing, and I knew I was good, I never felt like I could make it in anything after high school, because if I couldn't make it at my high school and be a star at my high school, how the hell was I gonna make it on Broadway or being a singer-songwriter in Nashville? Yes, I did want to be a country singer at one point. It's fine. No one gave me any indication that that's something that I could do. Like I said, my grades were decent, and by senior year, I was even in a few honors and AP classes too. But according to my guidance counselors, I was still not on the college track. Rude, right? I'm still bitter about it. I found myself floundering during my senior year because it seemed like everyone around me, all of my close friends and classmates, knew exactly what they wanted to do when they went off to college. I had a best friend that was majoring in music business. I had another friend that wanted to go be a nurse. I had friends that wanted to be engineers. I had friends that wanted to be teachers. And everybody had this practical career lined up and studies that they could take in college that would lead them to what they wanted. And here I was with no idea of what the hell I was supposed to do. I eventually decided to major in mass communications at a local university because I was good at public speaking, I enjoyed writing, and I was good at it. And my family told me that there were tons of different jobs that I could get after I graduated because mass comm is such a broad field. I was totally settling for this because I wanted a practical career that would make me some money and get me out of my parents' house and allow me to like be an adult. That's all I wanted. So I settled, and I was fine with it because I didn't know any better. Everything changed, however, on October 17th of 2012, just a few weeks after my senior homecoming. My dad passed away very unexpectedly at the age of 45, and my whole world was just flipped upside down. None of it really hit me right away. I remember it just being something that happened that I had no idea how to deal with yet. I actually remember asking my mom the night that my dad died, I remember asking her, hey, is it cool if I go to school tomorrow? And she's like, Court, you're not going to school for a couple of weeks. But a couple weeks after my dad died, I started getting mail from the university that I was supposed to go to from their mass comm program, asking me about setting up my classes and things like that. And I just had this pit in my stomach of like, this is not what I'm supposed to do. My dad and I had a relationship that heavily revolved around music. We were in a band together from the time that I was 12. We sang in the car together. He encouraged me my entire life to pursue music because he believed that it is what I was put on this earth to do. And when he died, I was like, I cannot let him down. And honestly, I can't let myself down by settling for this dumb mass communications major. I need to do something else. I need to do something that's going to make me happy. On a whim, I took a risk and applied for a musical theater program that was about an hour from my house. An hour away from home, a beautiful theater, $2 parking for the entire year. I mean, you can't beat it. It was a great program, and by the grace of God and a lot of luck, I somehow was accepted into this program. I was shocked because, again, I was given no reason in high school to believe that I could pursue this. So I was accepted and everything was great. The rest of my senior year is pretty much a blur. I don't remember much of it other than like graduation. Nevertheless, I did graduate and packed up to move to the university in August. The grief of losing my dad finally hit me when I got to school and was by myself. I became insanely depressed. I was skipping class. I wasn't doing homework. I couldn't get out of bed most days. I barely ate, or I binge ate all the time. I hated life, and I had no clue how to feel like myself again. I had felt like whatever that Courtney was that had a dad was gone, and this new shell of a person is who I'd become in college, and I had no idea how to get out of that. The program that I was in was so freaking great. It was great classes, great professors. I honestly can't recommend the program enough. I just wasn't in a place where I could care. So ultimately, at the end of the year, after my second semester, I made the decision to leave the university and go home. I just needed to be home, and I needed to deal with a lot of things before I was able to care about my life. While I was in high school, my dad and my stepmom and I all started participating in a community theater about a half hour from our house. And my stepmom and my dad did a couple of shows at this theater, and then I actually did one show. I did a High School Musical there when I was 16 years old, and I played Gabriella, and it reignited or intensified my flame and passion for performing. And this community theater has been a huge part of my life since then, but ultimately became the catalyst for what followed after I left university. I had no idea what career I wanted to go for. I just felt very lost, and I couldn't justify going to college to take general classes and ask my mom, my stepdad, and my stepmom to pay money for me to take classes when I didn't have a clue what I was going to major in or what career I wanted. So I was pretty stuck. The only thing that hadn't changed is that I loved performing. So as planned, I auditioned for our local community theater's production of The Sound of Music that summer, and I was cast as one of the Von Trapp kids. It was a great summer, so much fun. I still had a lot of depression, but I had so much support around me that it kind of allowed me to be that shell of a person when I needed to, and be happy peppy Courtney when I could. And throughout the rehearsal process, I met somebody in the cast who was actually the vocal director and like program director of a local community college and their choral program. And she let me know that I could actually get a full ride vocal scholarship and attend college for free and get an associate's while participating in all of the choirs that the college had to offer and figuring out what I actually wanted to do. And I could take all those generals and get a degree that would transfer to a university later. I honestly owe so much to this castmate who later became my professor and my choral director and my friend, because this scholarship that I had at this local community college literally changed my life. I ended up thriving in college. I made the president's list and the dean's list multiple times in my 2 years there. I met the love of my life, and I graduated with a fine arts associate's degree. I soon realized the possibilities and what my dreams were and decided to follow them. So I transferred to a university and received a bachelor's degree in TV radio. And radio was a dream that I had long denied, something that I'd thought about since I was like 4 years old, but hadn't really considered that it was something I could do. So I got a degree in radio and I minored in vocal performance. If someone had been the guiding hand for me in high school, it probably could have saved me a lot of heartache. If someone had just told me, hey, you love to sing, you have options, I probably wouldn't have felt so lost. So my goal with this channel is to let anyone know that felt like I did in high school that you have options. If you love to sing and it's your favorite thing in the whole world, but you're not sure what to do with it, you have options. I want to hug every single person that felt like me in high school. I want to hug you. So think of this channel like a hug. I want to support you. We'll talk about the options that you can have in college, how to get a scholarship, and things that you can be doing right now to make singing an important part of your life even after you graduate high school. Hey, I may even teach you some fun vocal tips along the way. You might even learn something. Who knows? If you made it to the end, thank you so much. You're a real pal, and I appreciate it. I know this was long. I just wanted to tell you about myself and why I decided to start this channel. Hope I can help someone find their way and realize that their dreams have meaning and that they don't have to be lost anymore. I also offer vocal lessons. If you are interested in starting that as well, you can go ahead and send a message to the email below and we can schedule a consultation. I will talk to you so soon. I'm so excited to get this journey started with you. See you later. Peace.